Hi, we are Alicia and Tariq from Houston, Texas, and I found Julie on the website, and our experience over the past year has really been fruitful, very helpful for my husband and I. I know that it has allowed us to really identify some issues that may have been drawing us apart, and then be able to work through those issues. So we're excited about where we are today and where we plan to be with our family as we move forward. So when we first came in a year ago, I was pregnant with Aiden Xavier, who is this little guy, and he's now 9 months old. And we were going through some things that I don't want to say were tied to me being pregnant, but it definitely helped us work through some things that might have been augmented by my pregnancy.
I think she understands both sides, you know, men and women. She's able to communicate. She understands. She'll use the terminology wiring and whatnot, so she's able to understand how men are wired, how women are wired, and communicate on that level. And for men, she's my wife liked it as well. She speaks in matters of fact, so you can understand her, and she's straight to the point, which is beneficial.
What I know for me, which I really appreciated, was from the first meeting that we had, it was let's get into it. It wasn't a long drawn out trying to trace back to what happened, you know, in your childhood. It was, okay, what are the issues that you're facing, and let's get to the bottom of how we can reach a resolution. So I think the most beneficial thing from my perspective was having someone that my hubby could actually connect with Dr. Julie, and feel that she could help him to resolve some of his issues. And it really has made us be able to look at what we can do to love each other better, and really be excited about where we're going.
I would say I probably was, for me, I was trying to keep the peace. I think I was suppressing my feeling of where I was at that point. My wife was more so more expressive, and the way I would, I guess, deal with my issues weren't helping her. She needed some things in her life, and we needed to work on our communication. So ours was mainly communication and feeling, giving each other what we needed. That was through some prior sessions we identified those issues, and we had homework assignments. We'd work on those, and then the books, some of the self-help books were also beneficial.
I think from my perspective, I was at a place where I felt like I was not valued or appreciated or cherished, and I think for me it was so much more I wanted Tariq to be able to connect with me. When I say, I'm not feeling valued, this is what it means, and for him to understand that it's not so much, any type of tangible thing, but it's really just the connection and the active listening that he has learned, and we have learned how to do through these sessions, to be able to identify what that actually looks like in terms of him being able to connect with me in that way. And so again, just as my hubby was saying, the homework assignments and the books have been helpful as tools to allow us to be able to chat and to discuss some things and some behaviors which we may be exhibiting, which may not be healthy for our relationship. I know from my perspective, which I am so thankful for Tariq and his willingness to make us better, because there are a lot of African American men who the pride is just too much. And so I appreciate having a husband who was willing to do whatever it took to help us to identify those areas that needed to be resolved, and be open and willing to grow with me, because I am his wife forever. And so the sessions for marriage counseling, it's just a must. I think that there's always a good outside perspective, outside of your family or any, friends, to have someone be able to look objectively at me as a woman and at my husband as a male, and to be able to work us through some of the issues. So it's a blessing to be able to have the opportunity to come somewhere and have my husband so willing to do that, to help us grow together in our marriage and make it better.
Yes, marriage counseling is good. Especially men, they want to try to fix things themselves, but sometimes you're going to need, especially with two parties, you're going to need a mediator. Family members can sometimes be biased, so you need someone who's especially dealt with many different couples. Right away, they might know really what's going to help you the most. So yes, it's really good to have someone else out there helping you go through the steps to healing your marriage or your relationships, whether it be with your spouse or with siblings or with parents.